Rapid Africa. All day, God. Either find we, then we'll find we today. Yeah. Rise up, yeah. No, we don't go carry last no more. Line up, yeah. And I ever take the action. If you believe that you are royal, flexing your move, gotta show. Let them understand that who you are is bigger than the world. Yeah. For so many years and so many ways to try to pull us down. By the time it's down, we'll turn the things around. So we're moving to the top.
Hey family, this is African Leaving America, and we have a wonderful guest on the platform with us today. Can you please introduce yourself to the platform, sis?
Hi, my name is Derrin. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, all day, but I'm currently located in the South, North Carolina.
Okay. Now, Derrin went to Benin, so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So what made you choose Benin for your first trip to Africa?
I had a friend who had been to Benin.
Okay.
And I had always talked about going to Ghana. So she was like, let's go to Benin. And from Benin, you can go to Ghana. It's 2 countries over. It'll be, a nice segue because I had put off going to Africa for, I'm going to do it next year. I'm going to do it next month. I'm going to do it. So she kind of like, come on, girl, we just going to go do it. And I didn't have plans for Ghana. So I was like, well, why not? Somebody got plans for Benin. Let me just hop on this train.
Right. Africa's Africa at that time,
Right.
Hey.
So I was like, I always talk about it. Now it's time to be about it.
Mm-hmm,
So I booked a ticket, and it was a one-way ticket. And I really planned on going and staying. I was going to stay. And when I got there, it plans changed. And it wasn't that I didn't want to stay. I realized, I was like, yo, there's just so much I could do if I kind of finagle it.
Right.
And that's what I did.
Yeah, because you do have to plan strategically when you move to Africa.
I think that's one of the things that we have a misconception of.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, oh, well, like, for example, the SAFA, which is the money that they use in Benin, is, I think it's $1 US is 52 SAFA.
Okay, so $1 US is 52 SAFA.
You know what? I'm gonna have to look that up. It's either 52 or 520.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, and this is a thing that a lot of people get no matter where you go in the world. The thing about it is, when you get to Benin, it is cheaper, but in the sense that, for example, the Airbnb that I stayed in, it was beautiful. It was just say $800 a month. Okay. $800 a month for 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms in almost anywhere is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So, but you still have to pay that. Right. So you still have to have the income to do so. So it's not like you have $820 and you good for like a year. No, baby, it's not going to work like that. Right. And I think sometimes that's us as African Americans, we have to realize that, like you said, strategic planning.
Now, when it comes to renting in Benin, do they do it by the month or do they do it yearly like other countries?
Now, this is the thing. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. It had to be meant for me to go on this trip because after me and a friend, she did most of the legwork. So long story short, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a place elsewhere. And just like in the States, I went on Airbnb in Benin. I picked out a place and I went, and it was perfect. Now, that was my experience. I know that's not going to be everybody's experience, but that was my experience in Benin. And the reason why I said it had to be meant for me to go on this trip, because the guy who was the manager of the Airbnb I was staying in, oh my God, he was so nice. We was just talking about the places we wanted to go. We wanted to go to see the waterfalls, which is in Nati Tangu, which is kind of like, Nati Tangu is kind of like the Niagara Falls.
Okay.
Benin, because there's a lot of falls up there, and it's very mountainous, beautiful, beautiful.
I think I seen some pictures of you there too. You took pictures,
in
didn't
the pool and stuff. So we went there. We also went to Ouida, which is the capital of Voodoo.
Okay.
We went to Port Novo, which is the capital of Benin, and he facilitated all of this for us.
Wow.
When we was in Nati Tangu, because he's the manager of Airbnbs, there was an Airbnb he was managing up there, and we carried him with us. We didn't, we didn't go by ourselves. He actually went with us. He didn't charge us to go, but we did have to cover his expenses, like the bus trip up there and meals, like when we ate. We also,
so he was pretty much like y'all tour guide too,
right?
Wow.
And this was just off the strength that we had just rented the Airbnb for that month. We wound up staying for almost 4 months. It was like 3 months, couple of weeks. And each month we was there, he actually, went down on the monthly fee.
Okay. And how much did he charge you for the monthly fee?
Well, the monthly fee for the Airbnb.
Yeah. How much did he charge you for that?
I just remember it was $763 US.
Okay.
That's how much it was the first time. The second time, it was $575 US.
Okay.
Like $600 US. Then the last month, I came with two friends. One friend had already gone back, and the other one, it was just her and I. And I think we was gonna stay another 6 weeks. And for that 6 weeks, he charged us $775.
Okay.
So he kind of, worked with us, because we still didn't pay the same as we paid that first month. And I guess, he gets paid from that, but he was able to talk to the owner and get us a discounted rate. And he took us to restaurants. I remember my friend, she said, well, I want to do karaoke. Now, we didn't go to a karaoke spot, but we went to a restaurant that had a karaoke machine, and it was like three of the couple, it was 3 tables. And they was like, okay, he said, we want to do karaoke. They pulled out the karaoke machine, they pulled out the mic. I'm like, shit, we doing karaoke.
Right.
So it was like we had these things that we wanted to do, and we could do it. He found us a way to get it done, and it was the restaurants were beautiful, and we had a good time. I remember one night we went to this beach, just a local like bar, restaurant. We was on the beach, and it was closing, and this is like 1 o'clock. So the guy that actually owned that bar restaurant, we had became friends with him. So he's like, okay, we're going back to Airbnb now. He said, oh, no. We could go to another spot. They got good burgers, and
they sell burgers?
Yeah. Girl.
Look, that's what I want to talk to you about, because African Americans, they have this perception, you know what I'm saying, about Africa. Oh, we're not going to be able to get fried chicken. We're not going to be able to get burgers, like things that we have in the United States. So tell us a little bit about that. So how was the food, the culture? Like, let us know a little bit about that.
Now, the two girls I went to, they're both chefs by profession. So there was no shortage of looking for places to eat. And we had Chinese food, Indian food, Turkish food, Oh, they have pizza. They have shawarma. Shawarma is what we call kind of like
that's like Indian food, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Indian food, like as a New Yorker, it's a little different because you think Indian food be from India, like shawarma. It's kind of like the gyro.
Yeah. Okay. Like Greek.
Yeah.
Like Greek. Mm-hmm.
So we had all of that there. Now, as a matter of fact, there was a fried chicken place that reminded me of Crown Fried Chicken. Are you familiar with those places?
No, because I'm from the north.
Well, Crown Fried Chicken is all up and through Brooklyn.
Okay.
In Manhattan. Well, anyway.
Okay.
It reminded me of a Crown Fried Chicken. And I'm like, good, mugga. They even have the fried chicken places. But believe it or not, we never went because
there was so much other food.
Yes, and we know what fried chicken tastes like. We're not trying to. So they have yam pile, which is kind of like a fufu or a mango. Is so good, and it comes with a stew.
Okay.
You can have veggie, you can have fish, you can have meat. Meat is usually like maybe beef. So there's a lot of things that the place that we went to that night. Oh my gosh, they had these burgers that was off the chain.
Wow.
Burgers and it was called limbo, something like that, like one of those dances. And they had a DJ, and the most I think beautiful thing about it is that a lot of it is outside. You have this going on outside, and it's they have lights, but it's just outside. It's more fresh air, and it's not like like a club.
Yeah. In America, everything is pretty much indoors. Unless you like living in a high climate like the West or something like that. That's what I loved about Africa. Like a lot of their restaurants, were outside. Yeah.
We went to a place called Cocoa Beach. And it's a bar restaurant. And I'm talking about you sitting, you drinking your beer, you eating your fish and rice, and you can feel the spray from the ocean.
Wow.
So that's so we found out that we was actually there so much. We was like, okay, we can't just sit here and do this,
Right.
We gotta do something else. I was like, okay, but that's how it gets you. It's the relaxation, just sitting there watching the water, having fresh fish, and simple good food. It hit different. But the food, you can get anything, or anything that you're kind of used to here in the States. You can get something that's similar there.
Okay. Because I feel like a lot of African Americans sleep on Benin. They do.
Look, don't rush to come because I ain't finished setting up yet. Y'all ain't gonna mess up.
I know. Hey, I'm telling you though, like for real, they do.
But I think because Benin is a French speaking, and there's not a lot of Beninese in America, and we're so used to interacting for me, for example, I'm from Brooklyn. I interacted with Nigerians, Ghanaians, and I would say maybe Sudanese on a fairly regular basis. Definitely Nigerians and Ghanaians.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we used to those. We hear about those. We know about, we know about those. So that's kind of ones I think we gravitate towards because of that.
Right.
It's more to us.
And people don't know this, but Benin has a pretty thick slave history also.
Yes.
They do.
We went to the with the Obomi village, and that is where they get the term Amazon woman, because Obomi village was where they actually trained the women as warriors, and they even were great warriors, like better than men. Like they would send the women, like you need the job done, send the women. And this is where they got the concept of the Amazon woman. Or even in now Wakanda, where they had the women that was the protecting the Black
king.
They were the women that they got the concept from, and where the image and stuff, that was them.
Wow.
And he even took us there. That's one of the places that he took us. His name is Yanel, and let me tell you, Yanel took us everywhere we wanted to go. He even took us there. As a matter of fact, we was at Nati Tangu, and we was coming back down north. From the north, we was coming back down south, because Nati Tangu is like up in the mountains, and Cotonou is sea line. Back down, we stopped, and we went to Abomi, the village. We got a tour guide. He showed us around. Then we got a car, because they have buses. They have like Greyhound buses. Just like
good old time. You did.
It's like
hey, and
like
I bet you was depressed when you came back too, wasn't you?
Girl, I thought something was wrong with me. I thought, because I was like, this can't be it. It's like it hits you. I mean, it hits your soul when you come back. And after you everybody's happy to see you, and you get in that room by yourself, you lay down. Oh,
girl, what you said?
Over you like hot lava.
What you said? I cried for like 2 weeks. I mean, off and on. I see something that reminded me of Africa, girl, and I just bust out in tears.
Honey, I'm telling you, it will happen. It will happen.
Yeah.
And but like I said, they have Greyhound, like I'm not gonna say they're Greyhound, because they're not. They're like what we are used to in the States, Greyhound buses. And it was going all places. And it had stopped where we was, not too far from where we was at Airbnb. And it took us all the way up. We stayed, there was a couple of hotels we could have stayed at, but he was like, look, you can stay at the hotels, but because the hotels are few and far between, they're going to charge X amount of money for a room. And he said, if you want to go to a hotel for dinner or swim in the pool, you can. He said, so, right. So he was right. So he was like, we'll do the Airbnb. And if you want to do anything else, we can always do it at the hotel. You just don't have to pay the money for the room. So not only was he like a tour guide, he was, saying this is what you could do. Don't spend all that money just because.
The ins and outs.
This way. Right. So it was the Airbnb in Nati Tangu was a house. There was fruit trees around. There was security there. It was one security guy. We stayed at the house. Then girl, I'm telling you, this was a blessing in disguise. The guy who managed Cocoa Beach, I caught his eye. And I was like, what you know about this? What you know about that? So he had a friend who lived up there who had he moved from Cotonou to Nati Tangu. He calls him, he says, yeah, we have some American girls. They want to go see the da-da-da-da-da. We need a driver. I know an older man who has a car. It was a SUV. And it was like something per day. And he drove us around. So, I mean, he even drove us to where we went to the waterfall.
Wow.
And I mean, dirt road. Road.
Yep. You know how it is.
That's mount to the right. He drove, girl. And let me tell you, I did not once did I feel scared. Not once.
So the whole time you were in Benin, you felt safe?
The whole time I was in Benin, let me tell you, one of our friends that was coming to meet us. Now, we was in Calavi, which is like a suburb of Cotonou. That's where the Airbnb was.
Okay.
Now, the friend was coming, and there they have motos. Now, that's another thing. You probably saw me on a moto. I was scared.
Yeah,
at first.
I did.
It was like at the end of it, the motos, you are no longer scared. You need to get on that moto in order to feel like you're going home. Because so Kalavi, when you ask for help, it's not perfunctory. It's not like somebody said, "Okay, I'm gonna see what I could do," and then walk away. You know, we was like, "Yeah, we want to do this," and it's like, "Well, we'll see how we can make that happen." I know somebody here and just another thing and blah blah blah, and it got done. I mean, it wasn't 5-star. We wasn't riding the Mercedes, and it was a little bit of bumps in the road, and the cars was a little bit old. But I never got stuck on the side of the road the whole time I was there.
And you felt safe, and y'all felt safe too. You know,
and so it was like, when I was there, people was like, be safe. And, you know, it pissed me off. And I was trying to hold it in, but somebody said, be safe one too many times. I said, be safe. I said, since I've been here, not me and nary a person got killed because they was Black.
Yeah.
I said, from the looks of it, I've seen 3 already, and I'm here in Africa. You have a good day. You be safe. It just hit a nerve.
Yeah, they did that to me too, sis. You know, they did. And it kind of made me mad too, you know, because it's like, look at everything that's going on over here, and y'all telling me to be safe in Africa, girl.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Well, so we went to meet our friend, and they were like, "Well, where are you guys at?" Because this is one thing in Benin, they don't have addresses.
Yeah, that's in Ghana too. They don't have addresses.
They don't have addresses. You just gotta come. When you tell them where you going, it's like, okay, I'm going to the so-and-so pharmacy in Kalavi. And then when they get to the so-and-so pharmacy in Kalavi, you point them in the direction
where it is. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So the moto driver was saying, okay, I'm here and this is where I'm at. So we was like, look, we'll just go to the main road and meet them. Now this is like 10 o'clock at night. And mind you, this is Benin. This ain't Brooklyn. This ain't Chicago.
Right.
There's not a whole bunch of street lights. And we didn't think twice. We just walked out the door and we walking. And now these roads are not paid. I will say that. These roads are not paid. And we're walking. And there's a little light, but it's not a lot. We get close to the main road and we like, yo, we walking out here like ain't nothing, you know, it's nighttime. There ain't no lights. She said, you know, and the funny thing is, I feel safe. I don't feel sad at all. Yeah. I said, ain't that crazy? And I mean, we're walking and this unpaved road with, you know, not a lot of lights, and we still feel safer than being back home.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And we were just talking about that, you know, up until we hit the main road. And finally we got our friend and we went back and we was just telling them, yeah, it's crazy. Like, and like, we didn't even think about it. Yeah, let's just go, you know.
But look, but look, sis, it's like, look how they did us though. They kept us away from Africa for so long, you know, painting this bad picture about Africa, you know, and even to the point where our own people were scared to go, you know, because of this picture.
And let me tell you something. I was in Cotonou, which is the city, in Port Novo, which is the city. I was even in the village. And when I say the village, I mean the village.
Yeah.
The village where it's not huts, but you have your own little space.
Yeah.
It's a big, like a studio, you know what I'm saying? The walls ain't painted, you know, glorious colors. I was in a village, and let me tell you.
You felt free too, didn't you?
I was like, the thought of leaving made me cry while I was there.
Because so much peace.
Let me tell you, I don't know. I got a ass crack a door. Woke up and went. It was like a common like little gazebo, if you will. And I went and I sat there. I watched what went on. And guess what? Every time around noon come, this breeze would come and hit your face. And so, you know what? I'm gonna lay right here and just take a little nap. I'm just gonna take a little nap. And honey, and I mean, I'm laying on concrete, napping.
Wow.
And I still felt more comfortable. It's
being out in nature.
It's just the feeling. It's a different. Your heart is at ease. Your mind is at ease. There's just the environment is different. It is so different. My skin, when I went,
you lost weight too when you was there.
Yes. And listen, I tell people all the time when they say you lost weight while you was there. I said, let me tell you something. I wasn't trying to lose weight.
I know it. That's how it was with me too.
The two women I went with, they were chefs by trade and they cooked. And all the walking, everything we did, the food itself, the food is better for us because we would get, man, I don't know if you saw the pictures of the okra, the pineapples, the mangoes. I'm like, what? These things was huge.
I know, big.
I said, you know what?
Huge.
You know what's killing faster than anything over here in the States? The food.
Yep.
The food.
Yep.
Because I mean, I was walking, the sun hit different over there.
The air is fresh and crisp. Ain't no chemtrails over there at all.
Honey, we was buying the vegetables we bought from somebody who grew them locally. Like, I have not touched a pineapple since I've been back, and I refuse to touch a pineapple. Because the pineapples in Benin are so
sweet
and good.
They're so sweet.
The core, you eat the core. Core, you eat the core. That's how good it is. And we was eating that pineapple, and it was so funny because we was sitting there, and we looked at each other, and we just knew you can't touch another pineapple in the state. It sucks. Now I see pineapple.
I know, right? I know.
It just hit different. It tastes different. When you get food that are grown with love, you could taste it.
Yeah. And it's organic.
Yeah, even the food in the restaurants tastes different because it's still restaurant, but you could tell that, you know, because they get a lot of their food locally.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, chicken, they have pizzerias, they got ice cream shops, I've got a chicken sandwich. Girl, the American, they not going because of something that they can't get. They ain't looking in the right places. Because I was in Benin.
I want to ask you too about the colonial history in Benin. Because if I'm not mistaken, it was the Belgium, right, that colonized Benin?
French. It was the French people.
Okay. So look, did you see any white people there?
Okay, so this is the thing. I did.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't put this
come
part.
on. Lay it on the table. Lay it on the table.
When I did see, I was so used to seeing us. When I did see white people, it was like, what the fuck are you doing here? Don't you wrestle with me?
I know. That's how I was thinking. I was like, what y'all doing here?
Like, ain't you got enough?
I'm trying to get away from y'all.
And it was few and far between. And most of the time when I did see them, they were in like the more shishi poo poo hotels, I say.
Okay.
The ones that was more I like hotels and stuff run by locals. How the locals do it. Because I want the local feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want I'm not going to Benin to stay in the Marriott. No.
Right. Right.
I'm not going to Benin to stay at the Hilton. That just what?
That don't make any sense.
Does that? Doesn't make any sense. So but you could go there, like if they have a pool, you can use their pool. If they have a restaurant, you can go to a restaurant. So in those places, when we did go to those places, that's when you see them more often than when you know in your the local places, like the places we like to hang out.
See.
But you do see them. You saw mostly, honestly, more than anything, I saw most is the not Turkish, they're Arab, maybe.
Okay.
Iran, Iraq. I don't know, like
okay.
They're
the northern, the North Africans.
Yeah. Then second, I would say the Caucasian. Third, I would say the Asian. That in that order. More of the more of the Turkish, Iran, Iraq, those, yeah.
They over there doing business. You know, they over there doing business.
But and there was some Indians, and this is the thing. You know, they over there doing business, and it kind of upsets me, because me and the girl that went with me, we went to buy bathing suits, right? So what I knew about Benin is that they don't go swimming at the beach, because one of the things is that the ships drop so many bodies in the ocean that the ocean's appetite for humans grew, because they were. So it is taboo to go in the water, because that water is hungry for the body, will take you out. So you will see very few people in Benin on the beach in the water. You'll see them, you know, getting their feet wet. They might go up to the knee.
They probably walk along the seashore.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But if you see somebody in the water, it's mostly the younger boys. I've seen younger boys actually swimming, and like they were the only ones. But most people just stay by the shore. And so I knew that. So I didn't bring a bathing suit, even though I had one. So when I got there, Yana was like, you know, oh, you could go swimming. There's pools. So I'm like, oh, I forgot about pools. I said, but I don't have a bathing suit. No worry. I'll take it we'll go to the market. And I don't know if you ever saw the Jaimin Hunsu. He did a documentary, and he showed like the biggest market in Benin. And we went to that market. Oh my gosh. It is like the biggest flea market you ever seen. And I got a bathing suit.
Okay.
And so we but me and my friend, we even got roller skates, girl.
The roller skates at the market?
We got roller skates, and we went to where there's like towards way close to the end of the town, and you know the roads is paved, and we just skated up and down the street.
Made you feel like you was a kid again, didn't it? Yeah.
Up and down the street.
It's like Africa, you can just be so free. You know, you can really be your authentic self.
Yes. And so when I got the bathing suit, my friend was like, yeah, that one is nice. And I was like, and I said, you know, I started crying. She says, why are you crying? I said, I can't believe. I said, my people deserve better than this. I said, what I was buying was secondhand. It was secondhand. I said, they don't deserve secondhand stuff. And a lot of and the ones who can afford it is not a whole, it's a majority of them cannot afford a bathing suit.
Yep.
So I said, and then when they can afford it, it shouldn't be secondhand.
Secondhand.
I said, our people deserve better than this. I said, they telling us, they doing us a favor by being over there. I said, why? Because we can buy bathing suits for $10. I said, but we can't do what we want to do.
We can't enjoy it.
We can't, there's just so many limitations on what we can and cannot do. Back home. I said, I said, they deserve better than this. I said, so do we.
Yep. Yeah.
All from and this came all from the purchase of a bathing suit. See the difference in how they live and how we live, the lies that they've been told, the lies that we've been told.
Right.
It's something that I think we as African Americans, we really have to take stock of what is going on in our lives here, as well as our children, because I said to myself, this ain't changing. Like, the things that's going on in this world to us here in the United States of America is not changing.
It's not. And
this is not the world I know my mother wanted me to grow up in.
Exactly.
I know my great grandparents wanted me. This is not what they saw for us. So, it was an eye-opening experience. Just certain things, just doing. I found, but I think what it helped me see is that giving us, particularly Americans, more shit doesn't make our life better.
It does not.
It does not.
Quality
of life. Just because
it really distracts you. It distracts you.
That's exactly what it
is. Everything is a distraction in America.
And they speak Fon, F-O-N. They speak that. They come up to me and they speak in Fon, and I'm like, no. I said, I'm sorry. I and they like,
they don't understand why you speak in English. Yeah.
Like, what do you mean though? Like, and it felt good. I was like, oh, I fit in. So, yeah. And, and it feels different. It feels different. So I think we have to get out of our head the narrative that we've been and think that we have to realize that their environment is different than ours in a lot of ways. And just because they have less and we have more doesn't mean that we're better.
Exactly. And we have so much in common with them. We do.
Listen.
Sisters and brothers, literally cousins, aunties, uncles, literally.
Do you know how many people I saw that look just like somebody I know?
I know. Everybody says that. Everybody that goes to Africa be like, hey, I see you such and such over there in Africa. That's real.
I saw this man, he looked just like my cousin. It was like, I couldn't stop looking at him. He probably said, this is crazy.
Literally.
And I wanted to call my family, like, yo,
I see you over here.
Right here. Just like him.
So look, we're going to have to wrap this up because we've been on here for almost an hour. I know we can talk about Africa all day long. But look, I got one more question for you, sis. Talk to the diaspora about Benin. Tell them how you felt about it, and would you recommend them come visit or repatriate?
This is the thing. Honestly, if I gotta convince you, I don't want you there. If I gotta convince you, I don't want you there. But what I will say is come for a visit. Come for a visit and see what stands out to you. See what makes you say, I could do this. See what grabs your heart to the point that you want to come back. Because I have yet to been to Ghana.
Right.
I don't know what's going to grab me there, but I can tell you.
This COVID thing right now.
Let's not even talk about that.
I know, right?
I can tell you about Benin, the people are wonderful. The people are wonderful.
Mhm.
I have yet to feel that feeling I'm scared. I have yet to feel that the whole time I was there. The only time I was scared, that I was more scared the first time I took a motor ride.
Mhm.
When I was walking down that dark, unpaved road.
Mhm.
I had they will give you their money.
Mm.
We was walking, we got a moto, and we got to the house, and we didn't have any change. It was like 600 safer. So we didn't have any change, and we only had a 500 and a 1,000. So a man came, and we asked him if he had any, if he had change for 1,000 safer. He's like, no. He said, what you need? We said, well, we got to pay the moto driver because he bought us, but he doesn't have any change, blah, blah, blah. He gave him the 100.
Wow.
And he was like, but wait. He was like, nah.
Wow.
He gave the man the 100 safer. And he knew we was American because we was talking English. He could have said,
right.
oh, they got the money in it. But he gave the man because he knew that was the way he makes his money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, this is the type of people we're dealing with, at least the ones that I ran into.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, ma'am, I thank you so much, Miss Derrin, for this time. We can talk about Africa all day,
Yes.
and we probably gonna end up having to get another interview in. What I'm
because
saying?
I'm definitely going back.
Yes.
I'm prepared to go back.
Yes. And I mean, you making me want to go to Benin, most definitely.
Oh, you should definitely come.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
yeah,
girl, you should
I would love
come.
to go to Benin.
Yes, visit. Listen, I think we should all visit every African country that we have a urge to see.
Yeah.
Because we can't go by somebody else's experience.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying all of them will be as joyous as mine, but I guarantee you a majority of them will.
Thank you so much for your time and experience on Benin. We will have to do this again, most definitely. This is Africans Leaving America. We are signing out with Ms. Derrin Maxwell. You have a wonderful day, sis.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you later.